Another great tool Kahoot has is a formative assessment template. You don't have to use it, but it's a good resource if you want to try it. When you're going to create your Kahoot up here, it asks you if you'd like to use this formative assessment template. There are other templates as well: spelling and adjectives, teach with slides, create interactive lessons. I like the formative assessment template, though. If you look on the left-hand side, it just gives you some ideas. On each slide or each question, it tells you the type of question to ask. For question number 1, determine what type of knowledge you are trying to assess. Replace this with a simple introductory question. Slide number 2, replace with a simple question. Use the language and vocabulary that you know will be used in the unit test. They have suggested a true or false for slide number 3. A challenging question for slide number 4. And they actually did a music change for that. Another challenging question says, note the wording of wrong answers are just as important as the right ones. A red herring, a correct answer, a plausible answer, and a common misconception. These are great ideas for challenging questions. This will be the most challenging question. Use media to support different learning styles. Okay, you can add a YouTube video. Plausible, red herring, tricky, correct. That's going to be the hardest question of the test. Ramp the difficulty back down with a straightforward true-false to get the class re-engaged. Another simpler question and a shorter timer. And again, we have the suggestions for answer choices down there. And ending with an easy question. We want students to feel smart. So that's just a little template you can use. One other thing regarding formative assessments, click the exit button. And if you go to reports, I've only given one Kahoot, so my report's going to be very minimal. But when you open this report, every time you finish a Kahoot and you open the report, it gives you a breakdown of each question, how your students did on each question, how they did all together, and so on and so forth. It's very great data to work with if you're trying to figure out what your students are having trouble with and what they're not having trouble with. Right here it says 3% correct. See if the same groups can improve their results. This is how many players played, the number of questions, the time it took. Question number 1 was the difficult question. 0% got it correct. And it even gives you a little, if you scroll over the arrow, question is labeled as difficult if less than 35% of them answered it correctly. Okay, these are people who answered less than 35% for the whole game and people who didn't finish. So this is just a good, that's the summary. Here's players. If you ask them to use their real names, this will be much easier instead of using nicknames. It's a great way to assess them. And then here's a question by question analysis. Scroll through each question, see how many people picked what question. You can see how many wrong answers were the same wrong answers as well. Excellent data for you. We did not receive feedback for this game, but it says to receive feedback for your next Kahoot, select Get Feedback when it finishes. Players will be prompted to rate the game to tell you how the Kahoot made them feel. And they'll also be asked if they learned something and if they would recommend it. So this is great for formative assessment between the formative assessment template and the reporting.